What is up, everybody? I'm your legendary commander. Welcome to Metro Exodus. Today we're going to talk about surviving in the VOLGA. I don't even know how to say it. It's the one with the V. Alright, so first off, explore everything, but don't explore everything. What do I mean by that? Well, exploring can be somewhat costly sometimes. Sometimes you may run into something you wish you didn't run into. Sometimes exploring doesn't actually pay off, and it literally costs you more resources than you gain. It's one thing to look at a hot zone that is large and looks like it can hold a lot of stuff. Makes perfect sense. However, looking at a small train car and going, ooh, that looks good, and you see 10 enemies, maybe you should rethink your thought of that looks like a good place to check out. And just like that, all those enemies and nothing. Next on the list, and the only reason why it wasn't first on the list is it's because it's only the second thing you get to do. Stay out of the water. I really can't stress this one enough. Staying out of the water is going to save you so much on medical supplies. If there's an option between a land route and a boat route, take the land route. I found that I burn through medical supplies as the creatures in the water are actually more deadly than the ones on land. Where you can control and avoid creatures on land, you don't get that option when you're in the water. Then it adds the next part. Well, falling in the water. Don't. That's why we avoid the water as much as we can. When you fall in the water, you can die. However, most of the time, you're not going to die, you're just going to swim to shore. But one thing that takes some real damage is your weapons. Your weapons get really dirty, and then, well, when they start jamming in the middle of combat, there's a problem. So that means you got to clean them. And because you had to clean them, you have to use chemicals, which reduces your amount of supplies for taking care of making ammo or, well, medical supplies. So just do yourself a favor. If you can stay out of the water, stay out of the water. Next up is weapon setup, and this should strongly reflect what you have available. Sounds obvious, but let's go over it a little bit. In the beginning, when you enter this place, you're going to find that you have your AK and, well, a pistol. The pistol doesn't have a lot of shots, so it's not really good for getting into a gunfight. You'll also find you really don't have much ammo for it. You should definitely go ahead and take that gun and retire it into a silence roll. Put a silencer on it and run around with a stealth gun. Use the AK when stuff starts to get real. However, once you get some other guns, maybe think about swapping out. If you don't have a shotgun, maybe carry a shotgun. It really depends on your personal preference on carry. I personally won't carry a shotgun until I have some sort of rotor or clip-fed shotgun. Do whatever you can to not waste ammo. That's the big one, and make sure you utilize your ammo efficiently. Once you get back from the church, definitely do yourself a favor and rethink your weapon setup, because once you get back, they're going to give you a gun you can't get rid of. That's the T-Card. Why you'd want to get rid of it in the first place, I don't know, because that thing is amazing. Now, however, that pistol with the silencer, if you're still holding it, needs to have that silencer removed. It's time for that gun to become a stopping power gun, because that T-Card, if you're doing things right, you won't be using that T-Card for anything but silence kills. Then when things get real, you can use your other guns. The next thing on the list is stealth. Anytime you get the opportunity, stay stealth. If you can remain stealth, you can move by, not fire a shot, which can do you a lot of benefits. Or if you're more like me and you decide all threats need to be eliminated, well, at least they'll be sitting still when you go to shoot them in the head once, instead of shooting them in the body as you panic or when you miss because they're head bombs. Another thing, when possible, maybe try and do those silent kills without a gun at all. When Artyom has the option to either knock out or silently kill the enemy, maybe do it that way instead. That can save you ammo, because silenced weapons aren't actually 100% silent. Do be careful, as your executions may make you actually visible, and that round you saved might turn into 10 rounds suspended or more. Next up is, just because you see something doesn't mean you need to engage it. A lot of enemies in this game respawn, and wasting your ammo on the creatures particularly makes absolutely little to no sense. Even if you kill that creature today, well, he could be back tomorrow. It kind of depends. This brings me to my next point. Creatures don't carry ammo, but people do. You waste ammo shooting creatures. That's all you're doing. But if you shoot a person, well, you get their bullets. You also get any special attachments they may have had attached to their guns. So I tend to do most of my gameplay during the day. I avoid the night as much as possible because if I can engage soldiers, I can refill my ammo supplies. I won't be expending much fighting soldiers. Now the dark can totally be your friend, which in a lot of cases it is. I turn out lights all the time, wander through dark rooms and pitch blackness just to make kills. And even in the middle of the night, I had a creature walk right by me and not see me. So if you're walking around during the day and engaging people, make sure to search their bodies for any supplies, of course, but don't forget to strip their weapons. Not only can you get ammo from that, but you can get parts for your guns. You can find completely different setups than what you had just by lifting it off a corpse, and that super secret weapon that you might have missed in the last map, well, somebody else so happens to be carrying it. However, if you ignore it, you're not going to get those. And finally, if you do decide you really want to live, as there's a difference between surviving and living, go have the shock of your life and go touch it on all. That one's a joke. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. But y'all take care. And I'll catch you next time.
Bandits should be easier to avoid in the dark. In any case, I'm going back to my post.